making an early trip this season. Obviously has its downsides, as you can see, but it is pretty on the way in. Would you say 40 minutes added to the trip because of this?
40-minute delay due to the trucks merging back onto the freeway.
Gotcha.
Once they
put the chains on, yeah. This is what Donner Pass looks like in a snowstorm in the winter. The lake is down there, and you can see the old railroad tunnels, or the snow sheds, I should say, over there. All right, here's a view of Donner Lake. This is worth stopping for. Pretty dramatic change in scenery from the snow-covered mountains to this, but we're getting closer to the mine now. We're not to the mine yet, but we're getting close. Stop here just for a minute to show you this mill, or the remains of this mill in front of us. It's a pretty impressive structure at one time, obviously. There's some more stuff up around the side of that hill right there, but I think you get the general idea here. Good view of the valley here. For some reason, my friend didn't want to take his truck through this, so unfortunately it means we're walking now. People these days, they have no courage.
Hey, I've not been in mine.
Hiking up to the mine. Good view of the scenery here. Hasn't been too bad so far. I think it's just a couple miles of hiking on this, so unless it gets really steep at the end, this isn't too bad. We've just hiked up the canyon from there and have come to first real structure close to the mine, which is this ore bin here. It's actually in pretty good shape considering the harsh conditions of the desert. Something kind of cool, they've got these twin chutes coming down right there, and then the walkway coming out right there. And it's hard to tell in this light, but there's a little ladder leading up the walkway there, and we're assuming that they could open and close the gates of the chutes from that walkway. The inside of the bin is lined with metal, as you can see, so that's probably why this is still standing. We just hiked up from down there. You can see there's another ore chute right there. This is a trestle coming out from the portal, which is right behind me. You can see it runs around there, across over to that, where the other ore bin is over there. You see the track in front of me here. And I've pulled out the main camera because look at this portal right here. I'm about to head in there, and there's more stuff up there. But we'll check out this lower one first, and I will join you inside. We just made an entry through there. First look inside doesn't look very promising because of that, but peeked inside, scouted ahead, and we can get past that.
Just lick my egg.
There is some lagging here. You can see, looks like somebody pulled out a couple samples there. Got the rail running ahead. Kind of some interesting rock right in the beginning here, right near the portal. And then, of course, it runs up this way because all this has come down, but we can go over this and drop down the other side. Just climbed up from there. And this little chamber here that was created by this material caving in. You can see we can drop down through there and keep going. Just drop down from there. Let's see what we've come into. Some interesting mineralization in here. All around me. Looking ahead, something somewhat unusual in Nevada mines, which is a fair amount of water. Looks cold and clear, but fortunately we're wearing the waders. We're prepared properly for this. So get into it and see where this goes. Well, I can assure you this water is very cold. Another cave section up ahead. Hopefully we haven't come this far just to be blocked by that. Obviously the ground in here is not great given all these collapses. The tumbleweeds in here would suggest that This ties into the surface somehow, because I don't see those blowing in the way we came. That would have been pretty rough. Yeah, looks like it goes straight ahead. Hopefully we can get past that section. If nothing else, it's pretty colorful in here. Pretty sure I feel some airflow. Okay, good. Looks like we can drop down again. Definitely feeling airflow now. Yeah, more water down there. Keeps going through there. Got some bats in here. That's what those spots are. Pretty cold for them. I'm kind of surprised they're able to hibernate comfortably in here, because there's a lot of cold air coming from outside. Dropping down from there, and keeps going decent distance ahead. As you can see, fair number of bats in here. I don't want to bother them. Just gonna make my way past along this rail here. You say you saw some dead bats back there?
Yeah, the water. It was like 4 of them in the water.
Really?
Different stages of decomposition.
I did think it was cold in here for them to be hibernating. That runs back away. I don't know if you can't really see that on camera, at least from the way it looks on my screen, but it runs back as far as I can see. Yeah.
Or a chipmunk, actually.
Oh yeah. Dead ground squirrel or something right there. The water's so cold, I keep thinking I have a leak in my waders, but I don't think I do.
I think I have a hole in my right leg, but I'm not sure.
You know, I was thinking the same thing, but the water's so cold, kind of creates that sensation, but I don't think I actually do. I sure hope I don't. Yeah, a little closer now. There's definitely something going off to the left. As you can see, it keeps going straight. See the junction here, the rail. They both have rail. Kind of tempted to see what's off to the left. That keeps running back for as far as I can see. Old Pepsi can right there. I think I'll go off to the left. Maybe knock this one out early if we're heading straight back. Doing the left-hand roll on this one. Got some old track ties here. I think those are track ties. Sulfur reaction right there. See those yellows? Ooh, come out of the water. No complaint from me on that. This one keeps running back a fair way. You can tell it gets pretty wet back here though. Well, I thought this might be a quick little side drift, but this is more substantial. Really interesting mineralization in here. As you can see how rusted the rail is. Obviously, this spends a lot of time being damp, which should probably help the formation of all those crystals. Almost looks like granite right here. You see a small vein running through right there. And then this wood that's out of the water, look how fresh that looks. It's pretty extraordinary. Alright, I can't tell if that bends up here or... Yeah, it looks like it bends. Got another junction. Wow. This one you can see better because it's out of the water. Got something running back that way. Got a shelf system right there. And this keeps running that way. Stick with the left-hand rule. What are the others?
They're slow. They're looking at bats.
Okay, well. They'll figure out the left-hand rule thing. Okay. We got Tojo. I don't know what that says.
Faults. Tojo.
Hitler. Oh. This is very timely. I think it's Hitler and Tojo faults. This was a tungsten mine active during World War II.
Dynamite box right there.
Yeah, a little dynamite box right there. So that is a jab at the Axis powers during World War II. This is a little sporty right here. Looks like it gets possibly better after that, but I'm gonna turn the camera off and take a closer look at this. Just crawled through there. My other buddy went ahead to scout things out. Looks like he's making his way back now. Looks interesting up here.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's worth it.
Okay.
You see up to the next level.
Oh, nice.
Is this, you think, the room?
One of the
All right.
passages are up here. The wooden floor. You can see a false floor.
So looking ahead,
And that would be the one?
you see the rail has been removed. Got a lot more spacious, obviously. A lot dustier back here. Obviously doesn't get wet back here, so there may be some artifacts back here.
Picking up dust.
Looking up, there's a platform here. Looks like there might have been an ore chute here at one time, but it's been blocked off. Yeah, looks like there remains of a stope up there. And I think that dead end's in front of us. See, looks like a blasting cap tin on the left right there. You see the dots right there where they tracked the ore car load. So that probably was for the stope that was behind us. Got, I have not seen that brand before. Have you guys seen this brand before?
No.
It's Standard Oil of California, which is Chevron now, but
Cal oil? Is that what it said?
Cal-Lol. Some Keystone. It's just dead ends here. And stops overhead. There's a look back. And then of course it keeps going to the left. Very dusty in here now. There's some pretty serious drills back here, as you can see from those drill holes. Got some rail back sticking out right there. That is a really substantial
That's
ore
awesome
chute.
ore pass right there.
Or ore pass, I mean. That is huge.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I thought this was an ore. It's got the shape of an ore chute, but actually it's an ore pass. It's actually pretty unusual. I haven't seen one like this before. Obviously, another level up there, they would drop the ore down. It would sort of skip and slide down this and drop down to where I'm standing now.
Some of those things from way up there?
That is really interesting.
I threw this from up there.
And then, did you look back here yet?
Yeah, face.
Okay, so it runs back and faces out right there. So obviously this was just for this ore pass above me. Spool of cable or rope, as the miners call it. Just trying to look at the. Yeah, see it says rope on the right there. Trying to make out the manufacturer, but not very successfully. Got some starch right there. Not sure what that would be used for, but it's there. And it looks like they backfilled some of this too. This rock didn't just fall down, they put it here. So I think the highlight, at least on this drift, is this right here. I really can't think of when I've seen an ore pass set up like this before. That's pretty interesting. The Hitler and Tojo faults are down that direction. This is the next one to check out. This is the next left, running back that way. My friends went. I can't make out what that says, but I see 42 distinctly down at the bottom, and that coincides with my understanding of the dates this mine was worked, so I'm going to accept that as legitimate. Pretty decent timbering up here. You see they jammed the wedges in there. Did a good job of that. Like I said, nice and dry back here, so you still see the track and track ties pretty clearly. They were correct in shoring up the correct spots in the mine. That makes sense. What I'm trying to say is they did a good job of knowing where to shore things up, because all the spots where they timbered up are pretty rough in terms of stuff coming down. So they knew what they were doing. That's what I'm trying to say. That notch carved out right there, probably to allow the ore carts to go by. Upper edge of the ore car would be my guess. Bending around, getting a bit damp again. Does it face out?
Check out the
Ore chute?
ore chute. It's pretty cool.
Little side pocket right here. Big. Is it cave or is that? Oh, it's caved. Okay. Huge ore chute right here. This looks like it was just left behind. It didn't come down from anywhere. Massive ore chute right here with, I don't know what kind of animal that is. That looks like a dog or a
Big ass coyote.
yeah, what the hell?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Jeez. I don't think it made it.
I mean, do you think that the animal was killed in the collapse? Because it's all jammed in the rocks. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't think it was trying to crawl through to get.
No,
Yeah.
that's.
Probably went in one of the apparatus and fell down.
Fell
maybe.
through, yeah.
But it seems like it. I don't know. Yeah, I see what you're saying. It might have fallen down. The rocks fell on top of it.
Right.
But wow, that is
Well,
insane. I think that's. The ore chute of death is right there. And I've come to a section I thought it was cave, but it's not. It's just they started to raise right here, as you can see, and then it just ends. They started up and stopped. Obviously didn't assay out too well. You see the ladder going up. That's it for this section. So we'll head back to the main haulage at it and see where it keeps going. All right, we just finished checking out this drift off the left, which is a lot bigger than I expected. Back at main haulage at it, just running off that direction. Let's go see what's up here. If I don't trip over trackside. Rock back here is a lot darker, more reddish, as you can see. It looks like coming out of the water right here, which I'm not sorry about at all. Looks like there's an ore chute up there as well. Got some nice timbering here. Got some sparkly ribs to the adit here. Might even be some of the ore right there. That's a little bit damp back here still, but it's mostly out of the water. Looks like there's something going off to the right. I think that's the end right there. Got an ore chute right there. I'll dip down there in a second. There is. That might be the end right there too, actually. And that is certainly interesting. You don't see them fancy signs like that often. I think that's the end. As long as I'm here, look at this metal gate on it. That is really unusual as well, especially since it's still intact. See a fair amount of materials come down. They've hacked away at this chute fair amount, obviously to make room for the ore cars. There, it looks like there's a manway running up there. Check that out in a minute. I just want to look down this drift to the right first real quick. You see they're tracking all the ore car loads here, which are a fair number, so must be decent sized stopes, levels ahead. I don't know what that was. So obviously ore chute up here. Got some ladders running up, presumably to a stope there. Unfortunately, my hand is messed up right now. Got a fractured hand. So I'm somewhat limited in how sporty I can be. It just ends right there. That's plugged, as you can see. Pretty sure that manway I just passed runs up to the stope, but like I said, it hurts just holding a flashlight, let alone climbing ladders. So it's kind of punk rock to even be out here at all with a broken hand. So give me some credit for that. And this just terminates right here. There are other levels above us that, with different portals that we can access. So I'm not too concerned about getting up that ladder because I know we're gonna be at the upper levels anyway. Go take a look at the ore chute and just confirm that it does in fact end as suspected. Because, like I said, you always have to check. Many times I've been surprised because something ended and it wasn't. I love that sign. I didn't even see that graffiti up there. I see Howard. Can you make out any more of it? Maybe Tonopah?
BR. Did I do it? Can you get on that platform?
Can't tell. Oh, cool. He's going up. I'm glad somebody can climb ladders.
Pretty stable.
Alex is headed up.
How's that one?
Checking things out.
Is that one good too?
This is good. I can't believe I'm doing
Hard rock something on this side. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, hard rock.
W.
I don't know where this goes though.
Goes up, dude.
What do you mean you don't know where it goes? It obviously goes up. Well, he's doing that. I'll just confirm this ends here. Like they tossed a bunch of junk back here. Pipes and boards and other cast-offs. Yeah, that's it. And yeah, that is granite. I don't normally see granite in this part of Nevada, but here's granite. Alright, somebody else is going up. Man, I wish I could climb ladders right now. Alright, so Alex went up the ladder. The others are still poking around up there. What's up the ladder?
So there are 4 sections of ladder. Each are about 10 feet per section. And it basically parallels this ore chute right here, this ore pass. And then apparently there's a very narrow beam that goes across the ore chute itself. And it's too unstable for us to cross it. But what's really cool, what I thought was really neat about it, is that there's wiring that comes down, and there's like a makeshift light socket that
awesome.
That they put on there. Yeah, so that's pretty cool to see.
As dark and damp as it is in here now, it's crazy to think of having electric lights in here, but obviously they did.
Yeah, but the ladders themselves, super solid. The actual manway itself, the walls, it's super hard rock.
Yeah.
It's not going anywhere.
Coming down as well. I was taking a closer look at this, and I noticed the 1952 underneath. So all the woodwork in here, that's at least that it's dry, is in good shape, and of course that explains the ease at which they put in electric lights and such. So this one's wrapped up. Let's go check out those upper levels.